Hang on a minute. Hey guys, it's Amy, the Keto Queen. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. It's Tuesday and we're making a super fast, delicious air fryer meal. I love my air fryer, especially when the weather is starting to change. We love to grill, but it's getting cold. This week it's going to be cold. Today it was actually really nice, but it gets dark fast. Now it's dark. I can't even see out there. So I love my air fryer because you can make fast, easy, delicious meals. Tonight we're making a pepper steak. I've made it before, so you guys may have seen this already, but you know what? I got a lot of followers, so maybe you haven't seen it. If it sounds delicious, go ahead and give me some hearts and share this video. Share the video. We're doing pepper steak. So I've got my steak over here in a Ziploc bag, and I just cut up some New York strip. I went for the fancy steak tonight. I normally love ribeyes, but they didn't really have any that wasn't just full of fat. So I did some New York strip, plenty. I mean, I got enough that we'll definitely have leftovers tomorrow. But what I did is put it in a Ziploc bag and I seasoned it with some avocado oil. And the seasonings were thyme, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, and some Cajun seasoning. You can use any kind of Cajun seasoning you like. I use the two-step Cajun. And the recipe is in this link, guys, so you're going to see it in just a few minutes. So we've let this sit for about 30 minutes. And I've cleaned out my air fryer basket a little bit. And now I've got my peppers. So it's a pepper steak, and it is a little spicy. So I have got a little bit of avocado oil in my bowl with, don't that look pretty? I love pretty food. I got some avocado oil in my bowl with a red bell pepper, a yellow bell pepper, and a red onion. That sounds good, don't it? And now we're going to season it. So we're going to do a teaspoon of paprika. Teaspoon of paprika. We're going to do a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. It is spicy. You can do more if you want to, but I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I'm going to do a hefty half. And then I'm going to do a 4th teaspoon of thyme and a 4th teaspoon of salt. And we're going to mix these vegetables up in this seasoning. And then we're just going to add this to the air fryer basket. So I'm actually going to cook the steak first a few minutes because it doesn't take the vegetables long at all. And you want to make sure you've got room in your air fryer. You don't want to layer it. You want to make sure you've got plenty of space for some steak and some vegetables. Let me give you a fork. I love steak. I love peppers. I mean, this is a delicious, fast meal. And you can marinate that steak for as long as you want to, and you can do it how you want to. You don't have to follow my recipe, but I really love it. All right, so we're just going to throw this around, make sure I've got plenty of room for steak and my veggies. I don't know why I'm trying to keep my hands clean. I'm fixing to get them dirty anyway. So I hope you guys had a great day. I'm curious what you're doing for dinner tonight that's low carb or keto friendly. Love dinners in the air fryer. And we've got our meat and our vegetables. Now, if you want to, you could add a side salad if you want to, but we're going to eat just the pepper steak. All right, and then I'm going to add some let me go ahead and start this. I'm going to put it on 350 for about 4 minutes. Set a timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Perfect.
Counting down.
And now I'm going to get these vegetables seasoned up. Again, the vegetables were seasoned with a teaspoon of paprika, a half teaspoon of red pepper flakes, a 4th teaspoon of thyme, and a 4th teaspoon of salt. And we're just going to mix it up to get these vegetables seasoned up. And after 4 minutes, we're going to add some pepper, some of the pepper onion mix to the air fryer and cook it 4 more minutes. And then it's done. Now, if you like your steak done, then go ahead and put it all together or cook your steak longer. I really like mine medium rare, and Ricky likes his medium. So I usually always end up overcooking it for me. But that's okay. I'd rather Ricky enjoy it more than me. And you can season this however you like to, guys, but we love this. We've been doing this a few times now. I think that's maybe our 3rd or 4th time cooking this. It's just fast and easy. All right, I think that's mixed up good. Let me wash my hands and see if you guys have any questions for me. We're making a pepper steak in the air fryer, so if it sounds delicious, give me some hearts and share this video. So let me see if you guys have any questions for me. I hope you've had a great day. It's Tuesday. Hey, Cindy and Rosalie. I see the Delilah on there. Hey, Donna and Shannon. Hey, Shannon, thank you. So I did fairly well. I did fairly well fixing my hair today after. It doesn't look as good as it did yesterday when my hairdresser did it, but I did okay. Hey, Diane, how are you? I see Barbara jumping on and Tina. Hey, Connie, how are you? And Maggie. So we're making some pepper steak in the air fryer. Oh man, I got itch. Now we said something about my hair, so now it's itching. Now I gotta wash my hands. We're back. Hey, that's your doggy. That's your doggy getting made. So if you guys are new to my page, let me introduce myself. My name is Amy. I'm married to Ricky. We have 2 adult kids, Justin and Haley. We all work together. We have a lot of fun together. I've been drinking and sharing ketones for 5 years, and I've had this page teaching people how to eat low carb and even keto at a really great budget and simple recipes. Simple recipes like this one, the pepper steak in the air fryer. So if you need getting started tips, maybe you're new to eating low carb or you just need some simple help, put getting started in the comments so I can send you some simple tips that's going to help you really change things for the long term. It's not a quick fix. It literally is taking small habit changes so that you see success. So I love this page. We live in Tennessee and we travel together. We work together. We have a lot of fun. My mom also works with us. She actually started this or went to this business we're in back in 2001. She went in 2001. And then I joined her in 2010. And then my family just started slowly coming in. So it was me and Mom that really started working the business together. And we love it. It's an occupational health clinic. So we help companies hire safe employees. We do a lot of physicals, a lot of drug testing. We do anything OSHA related. So if you have to wear a respirator at work, not an N95 mask, but like a half mask or a full mask, like OSHA requires you to be tested for that to make sure the chemicals that you're trying to protect yourself are actually working. So like we do a lot of safety testing. It's a lot of fun. We do a lot of traveling. And we just do a lot of fun. So we get to work together. We play together. We eat dinner together all the time. Like my family is super close, and I'm very thankful and very blessed for it. And then, I don't know, we got our fur babies. I love my fur babies. My daughter got married in October. So last October. So she's been married a full year. And look at that steak. Oh my goodness. That looks so yummy. So now I'm going to take some of these vegetables and pour it into the air fryer. If you guys have any questions for me, put them in the comments. I'm going to check and see what you got for me. We're just going to do about half these vegetables, and then I'll do another half in the next batch. That's a lot of vegetables. That's a lots of vegetables. Oh, this looks so pretty. I'm going to show it to you in just a few minutes. Oh, threw some out. Better go ahead and do a little more. All right, now the vegetables don't have to be on a single layer. You really don't want to pile it on top of the steak still because you're doing it to cook good. So just move it around a little bit. Make sure it's all got some space in there for the air fryer to do its thing. Oh, that looks yummy. All right, we're going to turn it back on for another 5 minutes. Set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Counting down.
Now I've got a little bit more vegetables and a little bit more steak, and we'll do a second tray in just a second. Hey Sandra, thank you. I appreciate it. Can't believe it. It's been a year since she got married. I know, isn't that crazy, Amy? It is crazy. It really is crazy. So Haley's been married for a year. My son lives very close. He has his own property, and I'm just so proud of both my kids. They are very smart, and they got a good head on their shoulders. They're smart, and they're so caring. Like, they're just really loving people, and I'm very proud of my kids. So Haley and Justin. Of course, you guys know my husband. He's crazy. He's a crazy little fun guy. I love my husband. We've been together since I was 15 years old, so high school sweethearts. And, we've been together forever. Haley is, 26, babe? Haley's 26, so me and Ricky have been together. Well, we're married 27, but we dated 4 years before that, so we've been together forever. It feels like not forever. It's so funny. Sometimes it feels like we really have been together for 50 years, and other times it's like, we just have so much fun together. All right, guys. Hey, Wendy, how are you? All right, I don't see any questions, guys. If you have questions for me, put them in the comments. And if you don't, and you need getting started tips, put getting started in the comments. I just want to introduce myself to any new followers out there. And please share my videos. If I've ever been any help to you, share the videos so that we can get new people to see how easy it is to eat and live low-carb lifestyles, feeling the best that you ever have. I truly feel the best I ever have. 5 years in, I've been maintaining my fat loss for 4+ years. I moved from a size 12 to a 4-6 and maintained it all this time. Just eating sensibly and drinking my ketones every day, like, it's just amazing. I absolutely love this lifestyle. So put getting started in the comments if you need information on just simple tips to get you started in a better, healthy lifestyle. So Wendy says, will you talk about how you got started? Oh, that's a good question. Getting started, low carb lifestyle, any suggestions will be helpful? Okay, yes, Wendy. So, okay, I'll tell you all about it. So one day I went to work. Well, first I got to preference it a little bit. So my past has been the biggest wave of living ever. Like, I know a lot of us go through stuff, but I've like been way down here and then way up here and way down there, and my weight fluctuated with it. So I have always had a food addiction. Always. Every time that anything good is happening or bad is happening or sad is happening or stressful is happening, food fueled me. I don't get it, because all it does is make you miserable, but it did. I always used food as a coping mechanism. I've been addicted to food forever. So as I've gone through all kinds of things in my life, good and bad, my weight fluctuated with it. And one day I was just like, okay, I went to work, and my coworker was sitting in the kitchen, and I noticed 2 days in a row that she was putting clumps of butter in her coffee. And I was like, okay, what are you doing? The next day I saw her with a big bag of bacon. Her name is Tammy. She's a sweetheart. I love her to death. She's crazy funny. Love her. She worked with us for about 6 years or so, I think. I don't know. Time flies. But anyhow, I saw her with this bag of bacon and butter, and she said, oh, Amy, I've lost like 10 pounds. Have you not heard of keto yet? And I'm like, keto? Eating bacon and butter? That don't make any sense. She said, it's working. It's working. So I set out to find out what in the world she was talking about and to kind of prove her wrong, because I'm like, putting butter in your coffee? I mean, come on now. So I really started reading. I started reading, and I ran across this book called The Ketogenic Diet. No, I'm sorry, The Ketogenic Bible. I ran across this book called The Ketogenic Bible, and I'm reading about keto and all these health benefits and all the disease that eating really low amount of carbs actually change in your health. And I was like, okay, but everything I read did make sense in the fact that the butter makes sense, the bacon makes sense. It's not about eating a bag of bacon. You shouldn't eat a bag of bacon every day. You shouldn't put butter in your coffee every day. There's reasons and purposes for those things. But nevertheless, that's how I got started. One of my coworkers was eating a bunch of crazy stuff, and I thought, this is nuts, because I've always been taught that you should not eat fat, right? So reading about keto, there's lots of different ways you can do it. But what I was reading was a book about disease management. So it talked a lot about macros and making sure you get so much percentage of fat and so much percentage of carbs and so much percentage of protein. And I knew that would not be very good for me to do long term. And I needed something. I was so sick of this, And it wasn't just the weight. It was just like the heaviness in my heart and my mind. Like, I just was a miserable person as far as my health and just being out. Like, I didn't do things. I didn't go out with friends. I didn't leave my house much. I was just the most yo-yo and emotional person. So anyhow, reading all that, it really made sense, because I knew that I could do a variation of keto and truly be successful. And I started, and as soon as I realized that I was seeing success, I started this page. So, I mean, it's as simple as that, Wendy. There's a lot of good stuff out there, but there's also a lot of confusing articles and books. I really like to just count carbs, and if you got my getting started tips, it really shows you exactly what I did to get started and exactly what I still do today. And it's really simple. Thank you. I appreciate that. You are so sweet. Let's see. Wendy, tell me if you have a question, because I may have not even gone over what you wanted me to go over. Let's see. I'm looking for questions. Deborah, what sugar substitute? I personally love Swerve. Deborah, I use monk fruit. I use Swerve. Swerve is probably my favorite, and I like the Swerve confection because it's not gritty like a granular salt. So when you use it in a sweet treat, it's like smooth. I really like the Swerve confection. I also like monk fruit. I also like allulose. There's a lot of low carb substitutes. And when I do look for substitutes, I Google keto. So like keto sweeteners, keto replacement, keto flours, because if you find a keto product, you also can use that in low carb. How many carbs do I eat a day? Sheila, when I really am tracking, so right now I'm in maintenance. So I don't want to I like shape. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but I like shape. I like a booty. I mean, I don't want to be huge, but I like a booty. I like some thickness. So I'm good where I'm at and I'm maintaining. So as you're maintaining, you can actually be more flexible than in your fat loss mode. So like if you're in mode of fat loss and you really want to watch your carb counts, and I recommend keeping them at 25 net carbs or less a day. For keto, low carb is 100 to 150. For me, when I was counting them, like religiously counting them, I never got above 20. That was me in my fat loss mode. Here when I'm flexible, the great thing about doing this so long is I can go all day and have one meal. This is my meal today. I did not have time for lunch. Way too busy today, so this is my meal. So, I mean, you would have to eat all of this all by yourself to really have a substantial carb count and calories. So, see how flexible I can be? So it's all about what you're eating, how often you're eating, and there is no requirements of fasting at all to live this lifestyle, but I just love fasting. It makes me feel really good, and I love just to eat low-carb vegetables and protein. So like keeping things really, really simple actually creates success for the long haul, not just a fast fad diet. Let's see. You are so sweet. I see these getting started tips. What is a good mayo? Honestly, Cynthia, mayo is mayo. I say that because there's so many options. You may have one you already love. For me personally, what I recommend is when you go to the store and you're buying anything in a box or a container, read it. If you can read the ingredients, I feel better about it. If it's got paragraphs of stuff you have no clue what in the world it is or how to say it, more than likely you probably need to stay away from it. But if you can read the ingredients, that means it's clean. Like if it says it's a tomato sauce and it has tomatoes and salt and pepper, I mean, it's tomatoes and salt and pepper. But if you got 15 paragraphs of a bunch of crap you can't say, more than likely pick the next one. So just look at your labels. As far as oils, you want to stay away from like peanut oil and canola oil and soybean oil. Like you just want to stay away from those crappy oils because that's all they are is crap. You really want to stay with like an olive oil or an avocado oil. Oh, there we go. Look at this. Jill's been low carb for a year and she's lost 70 pounds. Give her some hearts. That is amazing. For breakfast, Carmilla, I actually drink ketones. So every day I start my day drinking ketones. If you would like information on that, just put NAT in the comments. It's called Keto Nat. It's the one that I use. It's the only bioidentical ketone on the market. It really helps tremendously with appetite control, mood, focus, sleep, and I mean, it's amazing. So if you want information on the specific drink I use, put NAT in comments and I'll be glad to send you information. But I love to fast, and when I fast those ketones, I mean, I just feel amazing. All right, I need to get this out because it's going to keep on cooking over there. Where's my bowl at? Here it is. Let me go ahead and take this out and put in my next batch real fast. I lost my spatulas. Oh, there it is. So if you guys have more questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. If you do, I'll answer. If you don't, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. If I've been able to help you in any way, just make sure you share them, please. Share all the videos. And this looks so yummy. I'm fixing to show it to you. Give me just a second. Oh, yes. Looky there. Pepper steak. I mean, look how delicious that is. It smells so good, and you can add as much or as little seasoning as you want to. You really can make it as spicy or as tame as you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and make my next batch, and we'll be finished. Just like before, it's hot now. So instead of cooking it for 4 minutes, I'm just going to do maybe 3 minutes. Because you definitely do want to cook your steak just a few minutes unless you like rare. I like medium rare. And then you'll add your vegetables. And it depends on how thick your steak is and how big of pieces you put it in. Set a timer for 3 minutes. All right, let's see.
3 minutes. Counting down.
Oh no. Liz said, why doesn't that make you go to the bathroom? Liz, it doesn't do that for a long time. You're talking about PEPE? Let's see. Ruth, okay, so maybe Ruth and Liz are saying the same thing. So ketones are the ones that we use are a natural fuel source. They really are the only bioidentical ketone on the market. There is a possibility if you're using the restroom like that. I see you, Liz. Poo-poo. Oh, pee-pee or poo-poo? Pee-pee, what does that stand for, Liz? So if you're urinating, I mean, that's just a part of, you're drinking a lot more water. The ketones necessarily don't make you use the bathroom that way. But if you're drinking ketones that actually put you in ketosis, there is a possibility of you having symptoms of keto flu, which could be some loose poop. Sorry, y'all, I'm talking about poop while we're cooking. But anyhow, you can add a really good clean electrolyte, or you can stop drinking them, make sure your belly's all back to normal, and when you start back, mix them but drink half in the morning and half at night, building up to a full package at a time. I have very few people that did not move past that. You also could potentially have just a side effect of the sweetener. We use erythritol, so that sugar substitute sometimes will also cause that upset stomach for a couple of days until you move past. Oh, Liz is urine. So that's so funny, Liz. My granny, she actually had that problem too. So when she drank them early in the morning, she would just pee. But then she started drinking them a little later in the morning, and she didn't have the same effect. It's so odd, isn't it? But it could be, Liz, you're just adding some extra water. So think about that. I'm not sure how much water you drink in a day, or if you normally tinkled before you drink your ketones. All day from one packet, though? How many are you drinking, Liz? I'm curious. Let's see. What about erythritol in the monk fruit sweetener? I've seen it can cause stroke. Oh, that's a good question, Deborah. Oh, I love that. All the questions, y'all keep them coming. I want my keto can. Oh, I want my keto can to track my order. Yes, Patty, we can track your order. If you want to send me a message, I'll be glad to help you log in. Just look at that shipping number. So, Deborah, erythritol. I love this question. There are a lot of comments and a lot of articles out there, but there are no studies that are not bogus on erythritol. It's still fairly new. There was a scientific study posted, I ain't gonna say scientific, there was a study posted about erythritol, which is a stevia blend. And it was really comical reading it because it was a very few amount of people. And if you look at the people, their age and their comorbidities, I mean, these are very unhealthy people they did this study on. And they gave them mass amounts of the sweetener. So like the sweetener we use has very little. Like it's not a massive amount. So it's funny how they can make things sound so bad, but in reality, I mean, do some true studies. Do people that are sick and healthy, do people of all age groups, and give them an actual amount that would be used in a day's time, not like a freaking rat science project. So I thought it was pretty comical when I read that thing and read a lot of reports from physicians who actually responded to it. And I actually have a video, I think. I still saved it. So if anybody wants that from a physician who's very reputable, I'd love to send it to you. It was really comical. Let's see. All right, I'll put this back in there for... Set a timer for 4 minutes. I mean, dinner's almost done, y'all.
4 minutes.
Let's see.
Counting down.
Someone asked me for another question. Explain keto flu. Oh, that's a great question. Patricia, y'all are doing so good. Let me know if there's any more. So the keto flu, that is, if you Google keto flu, you can actually even go to Harvard, whatever, to look up the response. Keto flu is a real thing. So it basically is the state where when your body transitions from burning carbs to burning ketones, which is called ketosis, you can develop symptoms. Not everyone does. You don't have to. If you drink lots of water, you use a good pink Himalayan salt instead of white table salt, or a good electrolyte supplement, not a sports drink, like a really good electrolyte, then you don't even have to experience it. Not everyone does. But there are symptoms of keto flu. That's a real thing. And some are pretty severe. I've had maybe 2 people out of all the 5 years who actually developed a rash on their neck. It went away, after about 5 days, but they had a rash on their neck. Total sign of keto flu. Diarrhea is a part of keto flu. It feels just like the flu. It's like you actually can feel like you're coming down with the flu from symptoms of the keto flu. Like I said, not everybody experiences. Most people, if they experience anything, it's a little bit of upset stomach, but you do move past it. And gosh, guys, it is so worth moving past it. I mean, the way you feel, getting that sugar out of your body is amazing. Let's see. All right, any other questions? You guys are awesome. Hey, Wendy, send me that in a message if you don't mind so I don't forget. Because when I get done with this, I got to clean this house, girl. All right. I don't see any more questions coming through. You guys are awesome. If this has been any help to you at all, make sure you share this video. Give me some hearts, and I'm going to get off here so I can clean up this little bit of mess and we can eat. And I got to get busy in this house tonight. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.